Ilia Topuria is ferociously training for the biggest challenging debut fight against Charles Oliveira at lightweight. From brutal sparring to non-stop grind, for sure he's not leaving without a finish. Ilia is leaving no stone unturned as he prepares for the biggest fight of his career against Charles Oliveira at UFC 317. Known for his explosive power and relentless pressure, Topuria has taken his training to an entirely new level. The camp is fully focused on polishing Topuria's weapons, especially striking and takedown defense, to sap the effectiveness of his opponent's lethal jiu-jitsu. Topuria is training multiple times per day, surrounded by elite coaching and world-class training partners, and with a clear and simple fight week mindset: destroy or be destroyed. With this level of insane training and preparation, many fans and sport analysts are beginning to see that Charles could be in some serious trouble come fight night. Ilia Topuria isn't just training hard, he's training like a man possessed. With UFC 317 on the horizon, Topuria has zeroed in on a terrifying new weapon: lightning-fast punching speed. Already feared for his raw knockout power, Ilia is now adding blinding speed to his terrifying power and has plans to destroy Charles Oliveira's patience immediately in the octagon. His camp is saying that Ilia's hands are faster than ever. Relative to his previous bouts, he's been developing his hands and speed through reaction drills on his own. Furthermore, in addition to speed walking the mitts and chaotic round sparring that is predetermined but performs differently every round, those chaos rounds combined with the drills and mitt work are designed to replicate speed, accuracy, and violence. In a fight setting, Topuria's coaches are preparing him to move and catch an opponent with lightning quick strikes before he even realizes it swipes their souls, while performing without a sense of urgency. Everything is done not only for the UFC lightweight belt, but also to fight with Islam, so that Ilia will become a 3-division champion. He knows Oliveira is dangerous on the ground, namely his jiu-jitsu, and intends to delete the possibility of the ground game beginning and ending with shades of Oliveira's danger from any position in the jiu-jitsu game. This is not training, and it is transitioning into a purposeful endgame. Ilia Topuria is ramping up as he prepares to walk into the octagon and blow the roof off, and if Charles can't handle him, it's not going to last for much. Ilia has been training hard, working on takedown defense, chain wrestling, and heavy explosive ground control. His team says Ilia is becoming a monster: fast hands, heavy hips, relentless pressure. He's prepared for every scenario. If Charles tries to pull guard, Ilia will smash him. If it stays on his feet, he will beat him to the punch every time. This isn't the same Topuria we have seen before. This is a more dangerous, more complete, and more violent Topuria. Charles Oliveira better be ready, because Ilia is coming to break him. Ilia Topuria is locked in like never before ahead of UFC 317, and he's coming for Charles Oliveira with bad intentions. Already feared for his power, Ilia is now faster, meaner, and more dangerous. He's been sharpening his punching speed to a razor's edge and grinding on his wrestling non-stop. Topuria is turning himself into a weapon, and he isn't just training, he is trash talking. In true Topuria fashion, he sent a chilling warning to Oliveira: "Don't forget to bring the pillow, Charles." That's not trash talk, that's a promise. A promise to put Oliveira to sleep. With KO speed in his hands and wrestling pressure that won't relent, Ilia is coming to an end this early, and violently. If Charles isn't ready, that pillow may be the only thing that saves him from a nightmare. On the other side, there have been reports that Topuria not only dominated Dagestani wrestlers in practice, but also sparred with former UFC welterweight champion Kamaru Usman. So Usman, elite wrestling, physicality, superb ground control, and is usually a horrible guy to do a sparring partner with. That Topuria went with someone of Usman's caliber speaks volumes about Topuria's grappling ability and the skill set he brings to MMA in general. It's clear that Topuria isn't just difficult on the feet, he's also ready to deal with high-level wrestlers too, a guy like Islam. Topuria perhaps achieved talent and power on the strength of knockouts, but he built his skills on grappling and submissions. He started his MMA career as a submission artist and has just recently let people show what type of power he possesses on the feet, opposed to only grappling. This combination of championship level stand-up work and underrated wrestling makes for a nightmare matchup for whomever, including a grappler like Islam Makhachev. Who bases his wrestling pressure and control heavily on fighting, just simply someone who is not only capable of keeping the fight standing, but can take down powerful wrestlers himself, is a rarity and a dangerous task. Topuria's success in training environments where consistency and ability nobly outweigh, there isn't pure hype. Topuria is a threat anywhere in the combat. Ilia Topuria's training camp is not just brutal, it is a war zone of pressure, power, and precision. It is one of the most brutal and well-rounded camps in the entire sport of MMA. I can't overemphasize to you the different levels of preparation Ilia went through. I mean, it will be as different as going from a high-volume, usually stationary striker like Max Holloway to a wrestling machine like Islam Makhachev, and there isn't a hole that Ilia will leave unexplored.
К сетке. Ближе к сетке поджимай.
He spars with a high-tech reaction apparatus, triggering pure killer instinct with every blink of light. His speed is lightning. Ilia isn't just reacting, he's hunting, slipping shots like a ghost, countering with violent precision. Every move is calculated chaos. Every strike he throws isn't just fast, it's meant to hurt, to end, to destroy. This isn't practice, this is war prep. Ilia Topuria approaches his development as a fighter with surgical precision. Unlike many athletes who train mixed martial arts as a whole all year round, Ilia takes a different path. Unless he is in an official coaching camp. When he is not in a fight camp, he will compartmentalize MMA and train boxing, then wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and so on. He is not blending any of the arts, just immersing himself in each of the arts, and enclosing the training into developing the techniques, movements, and timing for each art. He wants to develop a strong, technical understanding and comfort in every position and situation, whether standing, in a clinch, or on the ground.
Outside the training camp first.
So outside the training camp, I try to develop my skills in every discipline. Like I try to not mix it up. I don't train MMA at all. I do boxing classes, wrestling classes. I try to learn every discipline separate.
Why do you do that?
Because when the training camp comes, I try to mix it up and polish everything that I have been able to learn till that moment. You know what I mean? Everything that worked for me in the wrestling and boxing, in the places where I feel comfortable. Like, that's why I want to develop all the time my knowledge.
Then, when the fight camp begins, it is a different story. Ilia wants to start putting everything together, and he starts implementing what he has been working on in their own and independent art into one combined MMA game. This is when he wants to work on speed variations, combinations, and applied fight situations. The philosophy is very simple, actually. First, sharpening the tools, and then teaching how to combine all of the tools when it counts, under stress. The structure and intelligence Ilia trains with allows him to be such a dangerous overall fighter. Ilia is not just training hard. Ilia Topuria is all in for his fight camp. His recent training in with other high-level fighters and training partners who can help improve all facets of his game. He's not just throwing punches on the pads and doing drills on his own. He's sparring, grappling, and wrestling with other high-level training partners under real fight pressure. Every round and every session challenges him both physically and mentally, and he has to adapt, react, and dominate in live situations. Being around other killers, he's being pushed every time he trains, and that is where he wants to be. He's getting prepared for war like he knows how to get prepared for a war by being in a war every single day. Ilia Topuria's dedication to excellence is evident throughout every aspect of his training, and one of the most important parts of his day is running. Regardless of how tough and tiring the rest of his day is, Ilia has never missed his road work. During moments of solitude, Ilia is able to push through his fatigue, clear his focus, and engage mentally with battle. It becomes more than a ritual. It has become a foundation for physical conditioning that ultimately ensures that when the fight stretches deep into the rounds, his legs are strong, his lungs are full, and his mindset is bulletproof. For Ilia, running isn't even a choice. It's non-negotiable in being the best version of himself in the cage. The countdown is on. Ilia Topuria and Charles Oliveira are prepared to put on one of the most entertaining shows in the octagon. They both have something unique to offer at the same time and have the desire and the will to win. Will Ilia's speed and power be too much to handle, or will it be Charles's experience in grappling that steals the show? Be sure to leave your predictions in the comments below. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to our channel for everything you need on fight breakdowns and updates. Fight night is almost here, so stay tuned. You don't want to miss it.